Alright guys, so received a Nintendo Switch here today. The battery will not stay charged. The item gets really hot once in use for a couple of hours. Now I've already kind of taken a look at it, turned it on, and I've seen kind of what the issues were going on. And when I plug it in, you can see that the USB port is okay. It's charging okay. However, when I do go to the controller section, you can see that it does not see the controllers, and the controllers, of course, are not functioning on this for some reason. And just from seeing this many times in the past, I really already kind of know what the problem is going on here. There's a crack on the screen. It's not actually the screen, it's the screen protector. So anyway, so what we're going to do here is hopefully I'm going to show you what the actual problem is and how to resolve it. It's a fairly easy problem to repair. I'm going to go ahead and try one of my tester controllers. These controllers are actually good and working, so if it's working and you plug it in, you know what? I think my batteries on these were dead. I forgot. Yeah, my batteries are dead. But I assure you, when you have a controller that actually has some battery in it, you can actually put them in and it'll actually come on. You can see my controller is completely dead. It has no actual battery in it. So, but I assure you, when you plug in a working controller that's charged already, it'll see them, but it still won't charge. And like I said, this is a very common problem. I've seen it quite a bit. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can open it up, and I can show you what the actual problem is. Now, like I said, I've seen this problem many times in the past. That's the only reason I know that what we're about to do is going to resolve the issue. And the problem actually comes from the fan circuit. I'm not sure if it's the 5-volt line or maybe the 3-volt line or somewhere in between. But the fan is on the same circuit as the Joy-Cons are. Now, I've seen where the fan itself has just blown out. It's just gone bad. It's shorted out for some reason, and it's causing the that line that is connected to the Joy-Cons and the fan. It's causing a short on that line, and it's not allowing the system to see the Joy-Cons, and it's not charging it. So you can either take a look at your fan, which a lot of times the fan itself, like I said, is actually blown, or it has another very common problem too. So let's see. Now the fan normally is supposed to turn on when you insert a game. Normally, by default, it just kind of, if you're like at the home screen or if you're just at the main menu, then the fan normally doesn't actually turn on. The fan turns on normally when you insert a game. Then it kind of starts warming up, and the fan itself will start to turn on. So let's, just for grins, let's go ahead and insert a game and see if we can get the fan to actually spin up, which is it's supposed to. So let's get in here, start the game, load it up, see what happens. It's Minecraft. I like Minecraft. I like Minecraft all across the board. Not the game itself. I don't like playing Minecraft. I'm not actually a game player. I just repair them. Excuse me. But Minecraft is one of the only games all across the board. PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, that doesn't require tons of downloads before you can even play the game. You know, you stick in a Call of Duty on an Xbox, you've got a 3 gig download before you can play the game. But as you see here, the fan's not spinning. It's not coming on, and it should come on. So if that fan's not spinning, this is definitely going to be the issue. So let's go ahead and take it apart. Definitely unplug the battery here. And what we want to do is we want to go ahead and get rid of this heatsink, get it out of the way. It's kind of in the way of the fan connector. So let's go ahead and remove this. And this heat pipe is kind of actually very fragile. Don't pull on it because you'll bend it. But now we need to take a look down at the fan connector area. So what we need to do is go ahead and probably jump over to the microscope. I usually like taking a look at the board just to see if there's any water damage on it. And this board actually looks really clean. There's no actual water damage on it. The fan's spinning okay, so I don't think it's the actual fan. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's just unplug the fan real quick, just to see if we can get anything going. Plug it back in. Like I said, if the fan itself is shorting out, causing the problem, we should be able to turn it on right now and plug it in, and the controller should come on, or the fan, oh, yeah, the controller should come on. Start charging. And no, I don't think so. Because even if you didn't plug it up, the controller has battery, so it would start automatically charging the controller. So it's still not working. It wasn't a bad fan, unfortunately. So let's go and take a look at the circuits that are near the fan itself. Let's go into the scope and take a look. So what we're looking for is right next to the fan FPC, as you can see right down here. Let me try to fix my microscope here a second. It's not an automatic zooming in and out scope. If you'd like to donate to my PayPal for me to get one of the $450 scopes, I would not object to that. My friend Adam sent me this camera, which works great. Just it doesn't have the auto zooming. You know, it's a little bit nicer feature. That's about almost the only thing I see between this camera and the $450 cameras. The quality's a tad bit better, but okay. So right next to here, the FPC, you actually have a couple things. You have the this little diode right here, and a diode, of course, is just basically kind of a one-way circuit. Allows power to flow only one way. If I'm wrong, correct me, which I'm probably wrong. So you have the DJ, or the little diode right there. Looks like we also have a little bitty cap, maybe a little resistor, and this little doodad on here. But you know, normally what we'll do is we'll check for shorts on this diode. Now, one side of the diode, of course, should be on ground. The other side should not. I believe the upper side is the side that actually should be on ground. The lower side, from this point of view, would be the side that should not have ground. Now, you're not going to hear the beeping, unfortunately, but that side definitely has ground, and this other side definitely is shorted to ground too. It is beeping. It is definitely going beep. You can't hear it, but it's beeping. So this side is beeping, beep, beep, and that side is beeping also. So now what we need to do is, well, what is causing this particular short? And like I said, there's a diode, there's a cap, there is a resistor. Yeah, this one should be ground. So that upper one should definitely be the ground side. And the lower one should not be ground. But it, of course, right now is beeping, and it is grounded out. So it's hard to kind of tell, like, which part is actually going to be bad. Any of these resistors, or this cap, and you know, it could even go up behind this line, behind this, because it's on this line that follows up behind this flex cable. But just from experience, and I'm just going to give you the answer right away instead of going through a bunch of crap, the diode's the problem. This diode is shorted. I know because it's happened 1,000 times, and a lot of times the diodes aren't actually necessary. Just very similar to HDMI on a Xbox or a PlayStation 4. You know, the diodes aren't actually necessary. It'll run just fine without the diode. Now, I always replace the diodes. They were put there for a reason. They do something. And we can definitely pull those off of a donor board and replace the diode. Which I have quite a few donor boards laying around here, because while I can fix a lot of them, there are quite a few that I am unable to repair. But unfortunately, I am able to keep a lot of these boards that I'm unable to repair, and I can utilize them for donor boards. So just for the heck of it, what I'm going to do is just knock this diode off the board. Now, you can pull out your soldering gun, you can take the board out, heat it from the bottom, but just for real quicks, and for what I want to show you and see that it works, or if it doesn't work, let's just go ahead and pop this diode off. They usually just pop off, very simple, just like that. As you can see, the pads are still intact. The diode's not on there very well, to be honest. Now, diode's gone. The short itself should be relieved. So we'll go ahead and test it again. And this side is now not beeping. There's no more beep on this side. Beep, beep, beep is gone. It is no longer beeping. This other upper side should be ground. Beep, beep, beep. Yep, that side is beeping. So upper is no longer beeping. Bottom is beeping. And that is how it should be. Now, as I said, don't do as I do as I say. I always put them back, and I will put this back when the video is over. I'm not going to actually go through it here. You can, if you're talented enough and you have the micro pencil thing, soldering iron, then you should be able to just pop that back on without actually even taking it out. But if you look at, like, let's say here, my donor board, if you look close here, this is the same fan FPC, and you can see for the most part it's the same. It does have the same components looking like. You have the little thingy there, you have the cap, and you have the resistor. But if you look up above it, you can see where the diode was on the other board is gone. And it's not as if somebody removed it. You can see the pads are completely clean. Solder has never been on those pads. And that's basically, this is a different revision of the board, and they've just totally removed that diode. Maybe they come to their senses and realize it was not doing what it's supposed to do, and maybe they removed it. I don't know. But if you work on a lot of these boards, you'll see that a lot of these chips on certain areas are actually not there on some of the boards for whatever reason. I'm not the damn designer. I don't know what the hell they're doing or thinking, but this should be able to work without the diode. As the other board showed, it didn't have a diode at all. Now, I will, of course, remove a diode from a donor board. One of my other donor boards, that particular board didn't have it, and I'll go ahead and replace that diode. But just for now, just to show you, let's see what happens. Let's put this bad boy back together and see if we get any kind of changes, which I do believe we will. I think the controllers will work, the fan will work, and we should be good to go. So let's put it back together and check it out. All right, let's plug the fan back in here. And there we go. And let's just make sure nothing's shorted out, just to be sure. And no short, and short, no short, short, no short, short, no short, no short, 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 no. And those are all good. Down short, the only one. Well, not short, but it's on ground. And you know what I'm saying. I'm not meaning short. I'm meaning ground. Those are on ground. It's not shorted out. that side is on ground. That's what I'm meaning, guys. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's plug this bad boy in. Take it for a spin. Let me put this over here so you can have something to look at. And let's plug her in. Boom! Watch it just blow up. All right, so here we go. Actually, you know what? Let's stick a game in here and play this game. Let's go ahead and load it, and pretty much the fan should just come on. And oh, can you see it? Can you see it? There you go. You see it. You see it? I know you see it. Yeah. Got fan spinning already. Definitely a good sign. So if fan is now spinning and working like it should be, then we should be able to. And boop, boop. You didn't hear it, but it did register. So the description was the battery wasn't holding a charge. I think they might be referring more to that the Joy-Cons weren't holding a charge, because that's what it's doing. It's not charging. But the unit could have been dying really fast too, because it did have a short on ground, so it could be drawing more power than what it should. And this right controller is not working. Hold on. Let me try to get back to the main screen. It's kind of hard with no right controller, no home button there. Oh, you know what? Let me turn this. I'm going to go to the news thingy. And then I can go back from there. Yeah, okay. So back, then we'll go into the controllers, the Joy-Cons, and boom! Look at that. Boom! Left controller on and charging. Plug it in. Bam! Bam! Both of them charging. Battery and left. I still don't have a right controller though. But if I remember right, this Joy-Con looked like it might have had some damage to it. If you look close, you can see that the little button that you press is actually missing. So that just leads me to believe that there's some kind of probably damage. Maybe they damaged it somehow. You see the button itself is missing. It's kind of hard to see, but let's try a little bit harder maybe. No, still not connecting. FPC connector, yeah, it's connected. So, you know what? Let's try my tester Joy-Con and see what happens. Oh, okay. Yep. See, so my test Joy-Con's good. So they probably have a bad Joy-Con itself, seeing with this damaged. They probably dropped it or broke it or something, but I'll check that out later. But as you can see, 3 charging icons, left, middle for the main battery, and right for the right controller, which is my test controller. And I know those work and function. That's pretty much it, man. Fan spinning, things are Joy-Cons are now charging the way they should. The fan's going a little bit fast right now. You can't hear it, but it's kind of ramping up. Let me see if I can close this Minecraft. How do you close it? Let me just take it out. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I forget how do you close the game. Yeah, whatever. Let me just take it out. Take that out. The fan should slow down. No, fan's going fast, and it's because the heatsink is not on. I forgot. So let me go ahead and put this on, and the fan is, like I said, it's blowing really fast right now. I just wanted to show you that it will slow down and go back down to speed how it should be as soon as I get it connected back. I don't think you're going to be able to hear it right now. It does sound kind of like a jet engine. Like I said, I had a game going, and the fan usually spins. It gets kind of hot when the game's going. That CPU likes to heat up. But as soon as I plug this in and give it just a minute or so, then the fan starts to come back down to normal speed and probably will even shut off. So it should start slowing down some. I don't know if you'll be able to actually see it on the camera or not, but yeah, I can hear it already. It's the fan slowing down. So I just wanted to show you that even with the fan spinning up, it wasn't a problem with what we did. It was just the heatsink was not in place, so that's why you weren't getting any. That's why I was starting to heat up some. But you can already see it's starting to slow down. You can actually see it spinning now, whereas before you weren't able to see that spinning. So yeah. So that's normal. It might even turn off. If we leave it for a moment, it would actually just turn off. Because normally on the home screen, you have no fan. So, anywho, I just wanted to show you that it is all up and working. Everything's charging. This is what it should look like. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and replace that diode. But there you go, guys.